people not to read the Bible literally. It's coded. It's symbology. It's numerology. In order to understand the Bible, you have to understand that it's a representation, a metaphor for your life. It's not about the story. It's about your spirit world. Learning self. I talk about people trying to trap people in dimensions. Who Satan really is. What is evil. He's trying to trap you and keep you back, keep you behind. And you have a choice to ascend to the light. Jesus is a metaphor of a man who ascended to the light. And the beating of his flesh, and the abuse, and the cross, and the hanging, and the thorns, were all a sacrificial ritual that Satan does, right? The physical abuse of the body. You've left the physical realm, and you travel to the spiritual realm. So when you read the Bible in hate and fear realm, right? You read it and you go, look what they did, Jesus. I hate those people. Or when you start to learn that the Bible has been changed throughout the years, and it's very limited, but it's coded. And it takes a complete higher conscience to understand the words of the Bible. Most people read it literally. You cannot read the Bible literally. The Da Vinci Code, the codes are real, the numbers, the symbology, the symbols. Once you understand these symbols, then you start to read it and tears fall down your face, because you read and you start to realize that your suffering is the same suffering of Job, Noah, Moses. It's a metaphor for your life. You're entering into this different dimension of awakening conscience. You're rising to the light. Some may never, ever see the light. They're trapped. They're robotic. They're walking dead. Satan has defeated them. They're the fallen ones. In other words, they were rising to power. And all of a sudden they let fear and hate capture them. Jesus was symbology of a man who, he did say, Father, why did you betray me? One time. But he traveled right back to the heart and he said, forgive them, for they don't know what they're doing. This is why men on earth, we get angry, and then we travel right back to the heart and we say we're sorry. That's why forgiveness is so important in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. In other words, you have to do on earth the same thing that you have to, that is in heaven. You have to walk in the footsteps of God, walk in the footsteps of Jesus. Jesus was a pure soul who was betrayed. Betrayal, deception, it's all part of your life. And until you understand that, if you're betrayed and you're deceived and you move into the realm of hate and fear and revenge instead of suffering and turning to God, then you never ever awaken consciously. You're always asleep. You're walking dead. You're trying to get higher into the realm of the Freemasonics or the religions instead of seeking self, truth. And they're reveling that you're following them. They're singular dimensions. Science, for example, is a singular dimension. Without the spirit world, science is worthless. It's a cult. Religion is the opposite of science. So you're trapped in a dimension. That's how they trap you in these dimensions. Organized, wealthy religions. Money has to be separated. Possessions have to be separated in order to seek a higher conscience. You can't revel in your possessions and then seek a higher conscience. That's impossible. It can't happen. You have to give up what Satan is selling you in order to awaken. So don't hate the Bible. And don't hate anyone. Don't fear anything except the judgment or the missing of the light. The light is within the DNA of your body. It is a Y chromosome, it's a D chromosome, it's a particular energy that connects to the galactic alignment of the stars. That's why they worship the sun gods, because they watch the sun, and as the sun reacts to the energies of the galactic world, the universe, the solar system, the Milky Way galaxy, they know that that sun is the direct reflection of your consciousness. If it reacts, you react. December 21st, what did they do? They told you the opposite of truth, right? They spread propaganda, the opposite of what reality is. It really was the awakening of consciousness. And the people that lived in the realm of hate and fear, or they read the Bible literally, they said, well, the end of the world's coming. No, it's not. Jesus is going to come save you. No, you're reading the book literally. The book is not meant to be read literally. It is a coded symbology of Illuminati secrets. Freemasons, call them what you want, but they're the high priest who killed Jesus Christ. They all they're wealthy Jews. They wear beanie caps. They decided, instead of ascending to the light, they decided to stay behind and rule over planet Earth. They fell. And they decided to control mankind. In order to control mankind, they have to stop the awakening process, stop people from ascending to the light, stop truth. That's what chemtrails, geoengineering, fracking, weather warfare, smart meter radiation, cell towers located on high meridian level towers. It's the same thing they did in the days of pyramid. They stopped the resonating energy, sound, chymatical frequencies of the earth that penetrates the cell and the DNA of humanity. And they flooded the world with dirty energy, Satan's energy, a different hertz than God's. In order to be connected to this evolution, to evolve to the light, to change evolution, it is done through a higher consciousness. A dog is going to evolve when it reaches a higher level state of consciousness to another being. It's an energy. Once you understand the energy of sound and light, which is the same, it is a frequency. It's a resonating frequency. Once you understand energy, then you'll understand that you live forever. But you've got a choice. You can choose to live forever on a dark planet because you're moving into the dark ages, or you can live forever into the light. And this rotation, this cycle happens every few thousand years. And that's why they have you on a solar calendar, because you don't know what time is. You celebrate Christmas, which is the opposite. Halloween's probably the birth of Jesus. So they do the opposite of what you're supposed to do. That's why they turn Christmas into Black Friday, a consumption day. They want you to consume possessions, right? Christmas, consume possessions instead of celebrating the birth of Jesus, right? And you're doing it on the wrong day. I have no clue what day Jesus was actually born. I don't think anyone knows. These were men, they were 13 men that walked. They were the highest conscience awareness, and they walked and they taught truth, and they were conquered by the high priests. And now the awakening is happening again. And that's what all this surveillance and camera and web surveillance and chemtrails and targeted individuals, gang stalking, that's all this is trying to find the highest conscience people and putting them in a category. They'll probably number them 13, with the leader being the highest conscience. And they will do what they call blood atonement. This is what they're planning. But I personally think that they're going to lose the battle this time. I truly think that the truth movement is becoming more powerful than they can handle. That's why they're panicking. That's why nuclear, Fukushima, earthquakes, all this stuff is happening. It's all man-created. Climate change is nothing but man-created climate change. Weather engineering, it's on official documents. You need to read. Geoengineering, official documents. These are man's created weather engineering. Your car runs on water. You've been lied to your whole life about everything, from the education system of the apple, evil serpent, to the medical industry. to the pharma corporations, to the oil corporations. These are all entities of these high priest level Jews. Not the poor Jews, not the poor Catholics, not the poor Mormons. These are just people being blinded by this high priest authority. The ones who fell, the ones who want to deceive mankind. Stop you from evolving to a higher conscience. That's their goal. And I can prove that smart meter radiation, everything that's going on in the world, all this dirty energy, EMF frequencies, cell towers, I can prove that all this stuff goes into spiritual warfare. They use in psychological warfare on television and spiritual warfare. And they are, ISIS is nothing but the war, it's blood atonement of the goddess Isis. That's why you poured ice bucket on your head. That's why Rihanna has the tattoo of ISIS, because Hollywood's controlled by these Jews. These wealthy Jews. Very, very small percentage of humanity. So we can't be angry at whites or blacks or Jews or Catholics or Mormons because they're just people. Jesus said, forgive them for they don't know. They don't know what's going on. We have to awaken them. And we got to keep trying. And eventually they'll come to you. If there's not a World War III and everybody forgets it. But we've got a very small time frame to move and to react so that we can evolve to the right hand of the Father. Remember, God in the book of Enoch was light. He was light. Pure light energy. He was in the shape of a man, so he made us in flesh. Now we have the opportunity to go to the shape of the light, the form of the light, and get a new body. And it's just like evolution. They've lied to you about evolution. Yes, the species evolved, but it's through the light. It's through consciousness. It's through sound kymatical energy frequencies. The resonating, the energies of the sun. That's why they worship the sun. They watch the sun reacts, and this is when DNA is changed. That code is so complicated, it's far beyond anything you could ever comprehend. It'd take me hours to do a video on that. It's a very complicated code. But the light energy changes it. And their dirty energy keeps you behind, stops you from evolving. So throw away your cell phones immediately. Anybody associated with cell phones or cell towers, whew, you need to go knock those things down, because they're stopping these energies. Smart meters have to be taken away. Chemtrails have to be stopped because it blocks out these frequencies of the sun. It turns the sun into UV and UVB radiation, which is dirty energy. Everything's about dirty energy. Your water being bottled, the dirty energy. They're killing the water on the atomic level. Fracking, same thing, poisoning the water. It's all related to spiritual warfare, and I can prove it. So when those people are out there talking about MD and medical and it causes autism and Alzheimer's, they are deceiving you because they have fallen. They've reached a level, a plateau of wisdom, and they can't go beyond into the spiritual realm. They're stuck in the science realm. They're stuck in that singularity dimension. I'm trying to take you to a whole new level of science. I'm trying to graduate from this cult science and graduate you and merge science with the spiritual realm. And once you do that, you'll see the light. You'll see the truth about why this is all happening in the world, why the New World Order is going on, what depopulation and Agenda 21 is all about. It's about spiritual warfare, and they're using psychology of the mind. The brain has no firewall. They can plant thoughts into your head very easily through sound kymatical energy. That's what HARP is. It's all directly related to spiritual warfare. Stop you from evolving. That's what it's all about. Because if you evolve, they lose their power. Thanks for watching.